Okay, so I hate my sleep schedule. I'm off today. I decided to have a little nap, thinking that there wasn't going to be anything posted today. But it's Tuesday, it's Call of Duty Day. Well, it turns out to be a Tuesday, but then sometimes a Wednesday, then sometimes a Thursday. I don't know. But anyway, that's not the point. Black Ops 6 Zombies DLC4, also as Black Ops 6 Season 5, has officially released a trailer covering all of Season 5. There's no dedicated trailer for The Reckoning, which is the new Call of Duty Zombies map name, out yet. But there's a 10-second teaser in the latest Black Ops 6 Season 5 trailer, so we're going to watch that. And it's a completely new blog post, so we're going to watch that as well. So let's get right into it. I've skipped to the part, because we don't give a shit about multiplayer in Warzone here, so let's do this.
Containment breach in progress.
Parachutes!
Oh, you and I are gonna make some sweet,
Okay.
sweet music.
Ass-kicking mode activated. Oh dear. Breach strike is imminent.
Oh. The season pack seat, okay. And then this is just all the Warzone stuff. That's cool. Oh, there's Janissars in the back.
That's the good stuff.
So, from what it looks like we're parachuting into the map?
Progress. Breach in
Whoa.
containment.
Yeah, it looks like we're actually parachuting into the map. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's actually quite cool.
Breach in progress.
Oh, you
So here are the
and I are gonna make
zombies.
some sweet, sweet music.
Ass-kicking.
And then here's like this new like Mecha Klaus.
Oh dear.
Okay, sick. I'm intrigued. Alright, but now we've got the blog posting. There you go, we've got like Mecha Klaus here. So let's shoot this shit. Let's get right to the zombies. Here we go. Zombies content summary. The Reckoning arrives, avoid an appellation? I don't know what that means. Apocalypse as the assault on Janus Towers begins and the long-time brewing conflict between Richtofen and Sam reaches a turning point, flexing the Gorg effects. Pistol size and punching well above its weight, the biomechanical device melds mycelial and intellectual properties. That was a bad sneeze. Into a wonder weapon that inflicts direct damage as well as anti-gravity incapacitations. Sorry, the fact that I sneezed and I feel like it's about to sneeze again is like ruining my English. Additional gameplay content, battle rival squads and a new grief arena, The Reckoning. The return mid-season for directed mode and a full objective driven experience. Team Cranked also returns mid-season, that's great. Hopefully it's a permanent mode this time. Linking squad mates to a share timer that speeds up the chaos with every round. Buddy Beatdowns, the Mr. Peaks field upgrade arrives to savage the hordes of the undead in the new and entertaining ways. Then bring incendiary ammunition to a zombies fight with the combat bow support weapon at mid-season. Alright, so we get a new field upgrade and this looks like to be the new wonder weapon. It's new, it kind of reminds me of something that like you would maybe see from Grounded. And here's another Janus Tower screenshot here. So it looks like we do parachute in. Okay, I'm intrigued. I hope we do see a grappling hook though. Seeing like parachuting actually is quite cool, but hopefully there is some grappling hooks. But again, this looks sick. I'm excited. Looming over the once sleepy settlement of Liberty Falls, the Project Janus headquarters, 3 edifices known locally as Janus Towers, now teeters on the verge of collapse. Constructed between blank and blank, the vast and vertical facility is separated into blank, with Ethereum slowly being released into blank, enormous reactors blank, limitless power but at a price. The Janus Tower systems appears to be critically damaged and total failure is imminent. Stabilizing the ether reactor seems to be the initial overriding goal before even greater threats must be faced. Prepare to confront the cosmic chaos in the last chapter of the Black Ops 6 Zombies narrative, launching at the start of Season 5 on August 7th at 9 AM Pacific Standard Time. Ooh, I'm excited! Day of Reckoning, your comm team handlers. Assuming no comms interference, expect Peck, Ravenov and Strauss to provide valuable support with Rat 1 always skyboard to exfil should the situation go even more sideways. But what of Dr. Percival Panos, who sacrificed the Alpha team to return himself from the Dark Ether, and Security Chief John Blanchard, and last seen pursuing Panos into the towers? Then there's both Sam and Director Richtofen. Get a lot of story shit in here, which is great. So here's like one of the Reckoning screenshots. Oh my god. So this looks like a Forsaken type-esque portal. I don't know if that's going to be a way for us to like go through like a portal to go to a different tower, which if they do that, I kind of hope it's where when you open up the Liberty Falls Church, you know, when you go into the Dark Ether, it's not got like a portal animation, you just walk in and you're in the Dark Ether. I kind of hope that's kind of like that with this. This looks really cool as well. That's like some sort of reactor beam. It doesn't look like Sam though. And you've got like this little area. So these are from like the teasers here, and then you got a redacted image here. From what it looks like, this looks like the teaser image that we got from the first teaser in the first little teaser video, where it kind of looked like some tomb stuff in there. Then after that, it says here, from the moment you step into the now debris storing lobby, it soon becomes clear that the towers have seen better days. Laboratories, computing and research, offices, and more secretive chambers may be accessed by more novel means of transportation. Parachutes, anti-gravity personnel launchers, ether vents with low gravity, robot assembly, attunement accelerator. So there's obviously a lot of stuff to travel around the map here, and there's even like 6 things here, or maybe even 7 things here that are blanked out. So maybe a grappling hook, I don't know. Further exploratory contents have been lost via an unanticipated data and intrusion, and all tower blueprint records expunged. Okay. Alright, so it's not called Mecha Klaus, it's called Uber Klaus. Alright, he looks sick as fuck though, I quite like it. And a lot of people say this is just a Panzer reskin. Just because it's a robot doesn't mean it's a Panzer reskin. I don't see the Panzer with this at all, honestly, and I think this is sick. The secret research and development program of Janus appears to have been more evolved than they originally thought, developing many more robots in the Klaus assembly lab than first anticipated. The greatest of these threats is the Uber Klaus, a murderous automaton encased in a toughened, bulky exoskeleton that maintains a cocky attitude, lethal efficiency, and super strength, all directed at newly programmed threats. Alright, awesome. So you see him here. Enemy takedown tactics are unknown at this point, though combat is likely to be focused on disrupting the Uber Klaus's form, heavily shielding and avoiding its melee attacks. Once the exoskeleton is broken, the Uber Klaus core will eject, revealing its second delayed form. The Uber Klaus core increases in agility, sacrificing defenses for less lumbering locomotion and flying compatibilities. Thanks to rocket-powered hover boots, it continues to employ energy-based arm-mounted launchers, avoid at all costs, okay? Well, its defensive Tesla coil shield can prevent you from incoming attacks. Alright, this guy sounds beefy as fuck, alright, we gotta look out for that. Other entities, Red Mist Descendants and Robots Dispatched. Oh, so these are like maybe the new Max Ammo round? Oh my god, these guys are going to be annoying as hell from what it looks like, but new enemy types? And for it to be robots? I think that's awesome, man, I'll take it. Emergency enforcement protocols may have already been triggered across all 3 towers, resulting in periodic robot battle lines, known as Commando Klaus. Okay. Honing in on perceived intruders. Preceded by a strange red mist, these automated enemies have had their higher functions disconnected and self-destruct sequences activated, and should be dispatched with swift and focused aggression. Mechanical threats are only one of the expected adversaries. Reports of zombified Project Janus security and administrative personnel that remain scientists, hazmat crews, and even experimental mutations are confirmed to be active within the towers. Alright, so it's not just these guys, there's other enemies as well, but they're hiding that. I like that, that's awesome. New wonder weapon, the Gorgafex. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks cool. It's a new wonder weapon. We're ending off the map with a completely new wonder weapon. So I'm happy about that, and it looks sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. Latest intel all but confirms Janus Towers may be hiding a new grotesquely potent wonder weapon known as the Gorgafex. Partly charred experimentation notes discovered on microfiche indicate the existence of a bioetheric armament, combining fungal, floral, and insectile traits to deliver precise impact damage and gravity-defying disruption in close quarters. Glowing membranes on the weapon show hints of motion and circulation under the surface. The weapon seems to pulse and breathe with a beating central heart-like organ that pumps energy through the weapon due to the saturation of the dark ether and other unknown energies. The weapon is said to emit faint psychic vibrations, but how does it work? So this is like a reload, I'm guessing here. It's unique and cool, I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool. The Gorgafex fires what appears to be a slug of ether-based energy. On impact, this inflicts a dense area of direct damage with a tight area of effect. The damage of the impact varies depending on whether the user charges the attack before release. Shortly after impact, energy from a fully charged blast dissipates outwards, inflicting damage in a wide area. The dissipation seems to cause a focused temporary gravitational anomaly, catching and incapacitating enemies to float at just above head height. More research is required, but it appears 2 additional variants have been uncovered. Alright, so there's different like variations of the Wonder Weapon, I like it. Reckoning additional content, so this is the Easter egg reward. This is going to be for Grey, so of course we got one for Maya, we got one for Carver, we got one for Weaver, now this is one for Grey. Main quest and main quest rewards. The Assault of Janus Towers and the Reckoning main quest goes live at the start of Season 5, August 7th at 9 AM Pacific time. Ensure you complete the main quest to obtain the Blood, Sweat and Gears Operator skin for Grey shown above, an intriguing weapon charm, multiple calling cards and sizable XP rewards. Players who complete the main quest prior to the mid-season director mode will earn a unique calling card variant, just like the other ones. Unstable gravity. Due to experiments conducted in the blank, this chamber may experience fluctuating gravity with projectile weaponry and movement affected during these intermittent gravitic anomalies. Rapid transportation teleporters. Using failsafe experiment with etheric energy, Project Janus scientists have developed a means of instantly transporting organic and inorganic material between points with almost no fatalities reported. These devices work in attuned pairs, one acting as a transmitter and the other a receiver. Rapid transportation anti-gravity personnel launchers. A novel and likely completely safe means of transport used in pairs, the launcher creates a focused tunnel of gravity, allowing the user the illusion of flight and the ability to jump from one location, such as a tower balcony, to overlook another. Alright, I like that. So it's kind of like jump pads, but instead of just like jump pad into another tower, maybe that's where the parachutes come in? Caster turret. The cognitive and adaptive system for target elimination and reinforcement turret with armament and control panel components is a joint venture between the Project Janus Cognitive Science and Security Technology divisions. This wall-mounted automated cannon unleashes devastatingly powerful barrages of etheric energy in quick bursts to neutralize threats. Update the turret with something nano energy technology and something. Lore and intel. Now in the epicenter of what could be a cataclysmic dark ether event, there was no time like the present to gather lore related to the Reckoning in the form of audio logs, documents and artifacts discovered throughout the map. Additional gameplay content. Returning modes and access to limited time modes across the final Zombies map becomes available as Season 5 progresses. Also be sure to equip the new Mr. Peaks field upgrade and your pre-game loadout using Reckoning, as well as Shattered Veil, the Tomb, Citadel, Terminus and Liberty Falls. And it looks like we're getting Grief and the Reckoning, which is going to be in Season 5 Reloaded. Reckoning directing mode, okay, that'll also be mid-season. Why would they return a limited time mode? I'm sorry, but that's just dumb. I know what Team Count is, so I don't need to like run through that. New support, score streak, combat bow, which we already do from cohort, so I don't need to do that. But what I'm most excited for is this, a new field upgrade. Thank God! So it's an event award like how most of them have been. So the field upgrade is just called Mr. Peaks. Summon Mr. Peaks to our reality to create chaos as the deadly and distracting bunny busts out the moves and bashes undead brains to a raving disco beat. Is it going to be like the homunculus, where the homunculus does his dances and he just beats the zombies up? Is that what Mr. Peaks is going to do? I'm not going to lie, that's awesome. Once Mr. Peaks arrives in your hands, throw this hairy helper into the fray and he will gleefully attract normal and special enemies and attack any undead within his wandering radius, savaging foes until they explode in a shower of bright confetti. So you got the augments here which look awesome. For the major augments, you've got Dance Party. Mr. Peak becomes the life of the party, attracting nearby zombies to him before he detonates on Ether Pulse to thin out the crowd considerably. Arcane Fury. Mr. Peaks has become a master of the elements, enhancing his regular damage with a random ammo mod with an augment from that ammo mod. Apex Hunter. Mr. Peaks focused all attacks on the strongest nearby enemy other than bosses. For example, Uberclaws would be targeted over regular foes with increased damage inflicted. Social Butterfly. Increased Mr. Peaks attraction radius. Peaks' favour. Mr. Peaks is good to have around mystery box locations. Get a free box bin if you're near one during activation. And a party animal increases Mr. Peaks' dance duration. Alright, sounds awesome. And then of course you get a leaderboard event, and that's it. All in all, Zombies is looking nothing but great for a great finale for Black Ops 6 Zombies. I know how everyone feels about BO6, there's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows, but if anything, it's just, from a community standpoint, it's mid. But in my opinion, this is a top 5 zombies game for me. This is like my 4th favourite zombies game of all time. I love Black Ops 6 Zombies, I love the maps, the story's alright, but it's really just the mechanics. And not even that, the mechanics aren't even bad, it's just I hate how we've seen the same ones, but they've just been changed slightly. But whereas this map, we're mostly seeing a lot of new stuff. A new map, a new wonder weapon, and of course a new field upgrade. With some returning things, but as long as the majority of the stuff is new, that's okay. So honestly, I'm very hyped for The Reckoning and I can't wait to play it when it comes out. Anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a WL? Let me know. But anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all within the next video live stream. And goodbye.